Hi, I'm Tati, and this is my Koreadathon vlog. So I am planning to vlog all week for Koreadathon, and if you want more information on what Koreadathon is, I will leave videos linked in the description. But today, when I'm starting this vlog, it is Monday, March 7th, which means it is the first day of Koreadathon, and I'm really excited. So it is already 2:30 in the afternoon on day one, so I have been doing things this morning. First I had to tidy up my room so that it's semi okay to vlog in. And then I also spent quite a bit of time going through Mom Chi's big book of Korean cooking to try to fulfill one of the life challenges, which is to cook a Korean meal slash dish. And so I went through and I marked some that seemed interesting and also doable to me, and I'm still trying to decide what I actually want to make. I'll probably end up making more than one thing because I hate picking just one thing, but I think it's going to depend on what I can find at the grocery store. This will actually not be the first time that I make something Korean. During quarantine and the pandemic, I actually got kind of interested in cooking, and I wanted to try all of the stuff that I was seeing in the K-dramas that I was watching. So I have made a few things before. So I don't know if I'm going to be remaking something or if I'm going to make something new. I'll have to watch and find out. And let me know in the comments what Korean dishes I should try making. And then also this morning I did start my first read of the readathon, which is the group book Winter in Sakcho, which is about a young French-Korean woman who works at a guest house in Sakcho, which is a small tourist town on the border of North and South Korea. And I am almost halfway through, I want to say, just from looking at it. It's very short, and I'm surprised actually by how much I am enjoying the reading experience of it. It's written in a way in which I feel like I can't stop reading it. There is never a point where I like want to take a break. It's not even so much that the story line is very compelling, but it's the way it's written just makes you want to keep reading. And so that is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to keep reading this, and I will share more of my thoughts once I reach the end. So, I'm back. I have finished this book, Winter in Sakcho, and it's barely been an hour. So it's really a really quick read, at least for me. I got like sucked in, and like I said earlier, I just don't want to stop reading it now. It is entirely possible that some of this book has gone over my head. It might require more than one read through for me to grasp all of it, but what I got from it this first time reading it is really about the setting. That's what I enjoyed the most of it, which I'm guessing might be the point since it's called Winter in Sakcho. My favorite part is not the characters or the story, but it is the setting, which the author has managed to put me as the reader in effortlessly. And so that element of the book is what I really loved. I am struggling because of that to put a star rating on it. I think I'm somewhere between a 3.5 and a 4 out of 5 stars. Maybe I'll stick with 4 out of 5 stars for right now. That's just how I'm feeling as soon as I finish the book. Those are my thoughts. So if you read this one for Koreadathon, or if you've just read it, let me know your thoughts in the comments. And that is the first book off my TBR read, which I'm really happy about getting a book read from my TBR. I think the next one I'm gonna read is gonna be Kim Ji-young, born 1982. It's another really short one, and it covers a few of the prompts. It is a book recommended by a few Korean celebrities, and it is translated from Korean, which I'm really excited about. So set in modern day Korea, this one follows Kim Ji-young, a 30-something millennial every woman, and by exploring what she has had to go through in her life, it also explores what many women have had to go through in their lives, and that's what I've heard this book is about. So I do think this is going to be the next one I read. At least I'm going to start it. Also, this evening is the first live show for the Koreadathon speaker series. So this evening's live show is with Mary H.K. Choi and Pat Cho, and so I'm really excited for it. I will hopefully be logging on then to watch, and if they upload the live show after it's live, I will leave it linked in the description for you to check out. But for right now, I have to go for dinner, so I will be back. Hi, so it is day 2 of Koreadathon, and we are about to run out to go grocery shopping. So I'm going to get what I need to complete the challenge of cooking something Korean. So let's go. So I am back, as you can see, and I was able to pick up pretty much everything that I was looking for. However, I'm not going to show it to you quite yet. I'll save it for when I'm actually cooking, which I think is going to be tomorrow. So I'm very excited for that. However, the shopping did take longer than I was expecting. It's already 5:30 and I have not read anything today yet. But before I move on to another book, I did want to mention something that I forgot to mention when I was sort of wrapping up my thoughts on Winter in Sakcho, and that is a trigger warning because there are depictions of, I'm gonna say, disordered eating in this book. So if you're concerned, I would definitely look up the trigger warnings for this book more specifically. And so my plan is still to start reading Kim Ji-young, born 1982, next. And the next Koreadathon live show is tonight in about 25 minutes. So I am excited for that. And again, I will leave the link in the description. It's going to be with, of course, our hosts for the readathon, as well as Axio and Junher, and it's going to be about infusing Korean history and mythology into young adults. And so I'm a little bit torn because I do want to start reading the book, but I'm a little bit afraid I'm gonna start reading and miss the beginning of the live show. So I guess I'll set a timer. Hi, so it is currently day 3 of Koreadathon, and I'm a little bit behind in where I would like to be for reading. I'm almost halfway through this one, and I am finding it very interesting so far, but it is a little bit of a heavy book that deals with heavy subjects, so it's taking me a little bit longer to get through. And I did want to mention, like, I completed one of the live challenges and I didn't talk about it, but it was to watch a Korean film or series, and I'm in the middle of so many, but I think on the first day of the readathon I finished watching School 2021 with my sister, so I have completed that challenge. However, I probably will be watching more dramas throughout the week as well. And speaking of the life challenges, today is also the day that I'm going to be completing the cooking challenge of cooking a Korean meal or dish. I have finally picked out something to make today. There are lots of different things in here that I want to try, obviously, but for today I decided I'm going to try to make gimbap. So I'm hoping to make 2 different kinds, one that is vegetarian and one that is not. And I also wanted to try to make geranmari, which is a rolled omelet. And this one seems easy enough, like very simple ingredients, but it's so aesthetically pleasing. So I really want to try to get this right. And I tend to take quite a long time when I'm cooking, so I think I should probably get started on making this if I want us to be able to eat it for lunch. So let's head to the kitchen. It is now day 4 of Koreadathon. This readathon is getting a little bit away from me. So yesterday I did make the Gimbap, as you saw, and it turned out pretty well, if I do say so myself. I mean, it wasn't the most beautiful Gimbap I've ever seen, but for my first time making it, I was pretty satisfied. And I did pretty much spend all day making it yesterday, so I'm only made a tiny bit of progress. I'm just like barely past halfway through on page 88, and I'm liking the book. It is full of statistics, and I'm definitely learning a lot of things that I didn't know. However, sometimes I feel like the statistics sort of take me out of the story a little bit. But I am going to continue reading it. I'm going to finish it, and I am enjoying it for the most part. So my plans for today are to finish reading this book finally. I think I might make something else from this book or from Munchie's website, but we'll see what I have time for. On the K-drama front, I have been watching one on my own, which is Angel Eyes. I started it like right before the readathon. I'm on like episode 6. It's a bit more melodramatic, a bit more soapy than the ones I usually watch, but I'm giving it a chance because it has a lot of actors and actresses that I've seen in other dramas, so I'm gonna see how it goes. So I think that is all for now. So I've literally just finished eating, and I wanted to mention that all of the recipes I'm using in this video I will leave the links to in the description if you want to check them out. But yeah, I'm gonna try to squeeze in some reading time. Hi, so I'm back. It is now Friday, day 5 of the readathon, and I have finally finished my second book, Kim Ji-young, born 1982, and I did end up thinking that it was really good. The ending, I didn't catch on to what was happening until the very end, and I thought that was so clever and explains exactly why the book is written the way it is. Because I was wondering at times about the voice and the style, but it explains it perfectly at the end. So if you're like not sure when you start reading it, like me, keep going until the end. It's worth it. I think I'm at a 4-star rating for this book. That means I have finished 2 books for the readathon so far. And if I double up on challenges, which is allowed, it's kind of ironic for me to do since I started the readathon with multiple books for each challenge, but I'm gonna have to because less than half of the readathon is left. So for Winter in Sakcho, I can count it to complete the group book and a award-winning book, I believe. And for Kim Ji-young, I can count it as a book translated from Korean and as a book recommended by a Korean celebrity. It's been recommended by a few. So the challenges I have left to complete, the reading challenges, are a historical fiction novel, a book featuring a Korean diaspora character and a manhwa slash graphic novel slash webtoon. And I think it will be doable. And I think I'm going to try to complete it with these 2 books for the first 2 challenges. So the next book I'm going to be picking up is XOXO by Axie-O, which is about Jenny, who is a classically trained cellist, and Jae-woo, who is part of a K-pop group. And they meet in Los Angeles, and then again when Jenny moves to Seoul, and I think it's going to be a really cute romance, so I'm really excited to read it. And then I'm gonna have to read like one, I don't know what they're called, episode, chapter of a webtoon. Maybe a business proposal. I haven't started watching it yet, but it's getting such like good feedback. At least where I'm looking on the internet, it's getting good feedback, so I'm so excited to start it. And for the live challenges, I have completed 2 out of the 3. And then the third one is to support a Korean creator. And I think maybe the best way I can do this is by linking my favorite Korean creators in the description so that you guys can check them out. Obviously I've been watching their content during the readathon and all the time, so that's my plan. And speaking of the live challenges, the cooking challenge has sort of been my downfall for this vlog because I can't seem to stop cooking long enough to read. I keep making more and more things because this cookbook just has so many interesting recipes that I want to try. So am I gonna cook again today instead of reading, which is really what I should be doing? Probably. And I could, like, the way to like cheat the system would be to listen to audiobooks. However, this will be my first time reading from these authors, and for the first time reading from these authors, I kind of wanted to read the actual books instead of listen to them. I'm not someone who thinks that listening to an audiobook is not reading. I do listen to audiobooks all the time, but I kind of wanted the experience of like reading these hardcover books. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try my best to do everything. And that being said, I probably should stop jabbering and actually go try to do something. So I will see you later. So I'm back. It is now 4:30 p.m. Between earlier and now, I've managed to make it to chapter 4 of XOXO, which is not very far at all, but I am already invested in the story. I love the way it started. I love the premise. However, I do have, if I want to accomplish what I want to accomplish during the rest of this readathon, I do have quite a bit to read in sort of a short amount of time. So I was trying to think of ways to get myself to read more, and I tend to be able to read a lot if I'm sort of able to distance myself from any distractions. And so something else I thought of is that I love to read in the bath, and I do have a brand new bath bomb that I want to use. So I think I'm going to try to jump in the bath if I can beat the storm. Supposedly it's supposed to storm early tomorrow morning, but it's Florida, so it could start at any time. So I'm going to go try and do that right now. So it is now day 6 of the readathon. It is around 10 o'clock in the morning right now, and the storms have started. There's lots of wind, lots of rain. That being said, I am slowly but surely making my way through XOXO. I'm in chapter 15. I'm really loving it. There's like not anything about it that I don't like at this point. So hopefully I'll be able to get through it pretty quickly. And that's kind of all my plans for today, I think. It's just reading. So that's what I'm going to do. So it is now 5 o'clock-ish, and I am more than halfway through XOXO. I am enjoying this so much. I love Jenny as a main character so far, and I also love the story and the premise and all the little K-drama-y things so far in the story. So yeah, I'm really hoping I'll be able to finish it today. And yes, I am already in my pajamas because the storm has thankfully passed with very little impact on us. However, it did bring cold weather with it, so it's kind of cold, so that's why. I'm also not going anywhere today, so this is perfect reading attire. So I'm back. It is currently about 11 o'clock at night. I also have taken off my makeup, which is why I am using a filter right now. That's also why I get the cute sparkles. I did not start a business proposal yet. However, I did get to finish with my sister. We finished watching My ID is Gingham Beauty, which I actually really enjoyed. I loved how it tackled serious issues, but the romance was actually really cute as well. When it comes to XOXO, I am very close to the end, so I am probably going to finish it tonight before I fall asleep. Hopefully. I'm really, really loving this book. I cannot wait to see how it ends. And then I do also still have one whole book to read tomorrow, and I still do need to read a webtoon. So I'm thinking maybe I'll start My ID. I don't know. Whatever I do, I will show you. So I'm going to just start reading this. I also want to show off all my matching things because I have my pink flower pajamas and my pink flower bookmark and my pink flower mug. I want to say cherry blossom, but I'm not 100% sure it's all cherry blossom specifically. I like to think it is. So it is now the final day of Koreadathon, but I did manage to finish XOXO last night, and it is just so good. It has K-drama vibes and K-pop groups, and it is so cute and fun, but with heart. And I think I'm going to give this book 5 out of 5 stars because it's really, really good. I really enjoyed it. And I am trying to be more generous with my 5-star ratings. So yeah, I think this is my first 5-star read of 2022. And then I did also read the first episodes of the webtoons My ID is Gangnam Beauty and A Business Proposal. And I learned that webtoons are super fun and also kind of addicting, especially when you can just keep scrolling to the next episode. So I think I will definitely be continuing these after the readathon. And that means I only have one reading challenge left to complete, and that is to read a historical fiction novel. And for that, I'm going to start The Red Palace by June Her. I am really excited to read this one. It's historical fiction and a mystery, and so I'm going to start reading it right now. Hi. So Koreadathon is officially over. As you can see, I did not finish The Red Palace. I got to about chapter 4? Yeah, I've started chapter 4 barely, but I am really enjoying it so far. I am going to finish reading it. It just won't be during Koreadathon because I ran out of time. That being said, I did manage to read 3 books during this readathon week. Winter in Sakcho, Kim Ji-young Born 1982, and XOXO. And I did enjoy reading all 3 of these in their own way. My favorite read of the week was definitely XOXO. And with these 3 books, plus the 2 webtoons that I started, I was able to complete almost every reading challenge. The only reading challenge I was not able to complete was the historical fiction, which I started this book, but I was not able to finish it. And then I did start reading 2 webtoons, My ID is Gangnam Beauty, and A Business Proposal. So that was the webtoon, manhwa, or graphic novel challenge. And then for the rest of the challenges, I was able to complete them. The first one was to cook a Korean meal / dish, and I actually made multiple things. I may have spent more time cooking than reading during this readathon. For watching a Korean TV show / film, I did finish 2 of the K-dramas I was watching with my sisters. We've watched the last episode of School 2021 and the last couple of episodes of My ID is Gangnam Beauty. And when it comes to supporting a Korean creator, I'm going to leave links to some of my favorite Korean creators in the description for you guys to check out. And I think that's it. I had such a great time during this readathon. Let me know in the comments if you participated in the readathon and what your favorite read of the readathon was. Also let me know if you've read any of the books I talked about and what you thought of them. If you watched my TBR video, you may know that I have quite a few books that I picked up from the library that I didn't get to reading during this readathon. So I'm still going to be reading those, and I'm thinking I might do another reading vlog, maybe just for the rest of the month while I try to read all those books. So if you liked this video, let me know in the comments and give this video a like and subscribe to see more. Thanks for watching. Bye. Totally closed where I was in this book, but I'll find it again. Oh, my light's pointing the wrong way. If I keep dropping that light, it's gonna stop working. I'm gonna sort of take me out of the story. It's a weird transition, but I'm going to keep it I don't know. Whole vlog is just gonna be me sitting in front of the bookshelf or in the kitchen. Hi. That's my earring. Yep. I can't believe I forgot to do Duolingo yesterday. My makeup is a little bit crazy today. I went a little bit overboard trying to follow a tutorial. I have lip gloss on my eyes. But I don't have time to redo it, so this is what we're doing today. What's on my wall? It's not on my wall. Is it on the... Yeah, it's just on the viewfinder. Okay. I'm gonna have so much editing to do for this vlog, which is actually more like 12 o'clock because we have to sprint forward an hour, which sucks. Hi, I'm Tati, and it's... Have they ever said her name? This book is written in a way that is... So, my Korean pronunciation is what you would call bad. This feels awkward.